What's up, everyone? My name is Ninad Deshmukh, and I'm a legal intern at Lexis and Company. I'm also a student of the Maharashtra National Law University, Mumbai. Today, we will be discussing upon a matter that has been of immense national concern for the longest time, and which was decided on very recently. As the title of the video suggests, we will be dealing in brief with the now abrogated Article 370 of the Constitution of India. Article 370 was a special constitutional status conferred to the state of Jammu and Kashmir. It embodied six special provisions for Jammu and Kashmir, which are A. It exempted the state from a complete applicability of the Constitution of India, which means that it was also allowed to have its own constitution. B. The central legislative powers over the state were limited at the time of framing to only three main subjects of defense, foreign affairs, and communication. C. The constitutional powers of the state government relating to the central government could only be extended to the state only with the concurrence of the state government. D. The concurrence was only provisional. It had to be ratified continuously by the state's constituent assembly. Now, the state's authority, which makes a point E, to give the concurrence lasted only until the state government assembly was convened. Once the state constituent assembly finalized the scheme of powers and dispersed, there was no further extension of powers possible. Now, all of these situations changed when the President on 5th of August 2019 promulgated the Constitution Application to Jammu and Kashmir Order 2019. A revoking of Article 370 plus Article 35A made Jammu and Kashmir ordinary from its extraordinary status. All the laws which were exempted for it will now be applicable as per the Constitution application to Jammu and Kashmir Order of 2019. This basically means that the state is now allowed to declare emergency in the state of Jammu and Kashmir, the state being the central government, of course. J&K Assembly will now not be able to clear any bills on its own. The aspects which are affected by the repealing of Article 370 in short are as follows. Firstly, with the scrapping of Article 370, it will no longer have a separate constitution. It has to abide by the Supreme Law of India, that is the Constitution of India. Secondly, Article 370 promised dual citizenship to the people of Jammu and Kashmir, but after its scrapping, all the people of JNK are now to be considered citizens of India only. Thus, they will become purely citizens of India and will come under the purview of Indian citizens and will be recognized as the same by all the other nations of the world as well. Third, prior to the scrapping of this article, the people of JNK did not enjoy all the rights ensured by the Constitution of India. They could only enjoy the rights conferred to them as per the special status, as well as the concept of dual citizenship provided to them. This article, that is Article 370, provided their citizens only those rights which were in accordance with the state, including property as well as state rights. But by the scrapping of this article, the people of Jammu and Kashmir will now be able to enjoy all of the fundamental rights provided by the Indian Constitution. The infringement of the same can, well, like all the citizens of India, be claimed in all the like district courts, high courts, as well as the Supreme Court of India. Furthermore, hereinafter, the privilege of having a separate flag for the state has also been withdrawn. JNK will now only be having the national flag of India um, and is now also obliged to respect the national flag. Uh, Also, on the same grounds, the state anthem of the Jammu and Kashmir is also to be discarded, and now the state of Jammu and Kashmir will have to adopt the national anthem of India, and just like the national flag, the national anthem will have to be respected as well as honored throughout the state as well as the country. Further, the legislature of the state of Jammu and Kashmir will no longer be different from other states' legislatures. The Jammu and Kashmir legislature will no longer be able to clear bills on its own with respect to the state. It can only decide on the matters of the state list and a few matters of the concurrent list, of course, but on matters that are, well, in general in the union list, the state of Jammu and Kashmir has no power to decide on it now, and the same will only have to be decided by the central government. Also, application of Indian laws in the state of Jammu and Kashmir is now completely legal. Earlier, only the state laws were applicable to the state of Jammu and Kashmir, but not now. All the central laws will now be applicable throughout the state of Jammu and Kashmir. According to the Union Home Minister Amit Shah, a total of 106 central laws are now applicable to the state of Jammu and Kashmir. Also, earlier on matters of defense, foreign affairs, finance, and communication, the parliament needed state government's approval. But now, with the removal of Article 370, such an approval is no longer necessary. Also, mentioning other factors, there's also a certain geographical change that has been made post the abrogation of Article 370. The state of Jammu and Kashmir, which was a state of India with exclusive special provision earlier on, um, along with Ladakh, you know, is now bifurcated into two separate union territories, one being JNK and other being Ladakh. JNK is, well, of course, a union territory with an established legislature, but Ladakh, as of now, does not have an established legislature. Speaking of geographical changes, before only the citizens of Jammu and Kashmir were allowed to buy and sell property throughout the territory of Jammu and Kashmir, but now, post the abrogation, all other citizens of India have an equal right, along with the citizens of JNK, to buy and sell property throughout the state. Looking at all these changes made by the central government and the seemingly extremist step to abrogate Article 370, the results of the same and the after effects, or let's say the shock waves after the major earthquake, uh, are seemingly more neutral than expected by both the government itself and the public as well. The government, with its actions, seems to be trying to bring in or usher in a new era of development and prosperity, and, well, a method of moving forward is what I would say. The government has done a fairly good job, but the topic is still fresh and there is still a lot of debate and discussion to be made and to be done, both by the government and the scholarly people all around the country as well as the world, to, well, in a way, decide whether where this decision might or shall lead to in the future. Uh, that is all for the video, guys. If you enjoyed, if you liked it, if it was a good learning experience, do like, share, and subscribe. It helps us out a lot. And if you have any questions, queries, or any suggestions as to how we can better ourselves and how we can give you a better experience, please just comment down below. uh, res- Responses like that are really appreciated, and we would get back to you as soon as possible. That's all. Thanks for watching. I hope you have a good one.